And there are some serious issues if you decide to go for that all-in lane on the bottom side of the map, as it is going to be Jarvan to come through here as the final pick. And Doran given a chuckle here. Now, I worry, and this Jarvan pick is actually super interesting because the Wukong Jace counter is an old counter. We've seen it so many times, and you can actually win this lane. You can put the pressure on, but especially with Jarvan, this is super strong.
As we jump out of the rift for game number 1. Maybe it wasn't Carry. It might have been Lahens. Not 100% sure.
Tall, by the way, the last person to play this.
Yeah.
When Roach was on Genji, he's now coaching for the team that Genji are playing against here. It's been a rare matchup, only happened 9 times. You know, maybe you could actually trade back a kill or even, you know, counter gank and find success with the Wukong if they went for a super early gank. Because, man, Doran is playing with fire here. But now you see the Wukong is pathing bottom side, and we'll see if their reaction time is quick here. They do have a ward.
Going in for an engage. Peanut coming in from behind. Pace is taking a bunch of damage. They're trying to get this kill onto Pace as the concussive blows go in. And first blood is given over to Guma, but immediately traded back as Peanut did get the wraparound and picks up the second kill.
So all secondary summoners are down here, but Owner knows now he can dive.
Yeah, well, Doran is Jarvan, so because apparently Peanut leashed it for him. As Owner is on the bottom side, we are trying to get the flash here out of Paze, and more concussive blows come in. Owner a little bit behind, but the damage is there as flash forward, and Owner will pick up the kill, and maybe a second one onto Delight as he's not able to flash out. And it's just not going to work. Paze, meanwhile, missing out on potentially picking up 2 turret plates, which would be the trade normally for the Rift Heralds.
Yeah, he's got Crescendum here. So much damage. Peanut's here. They get a flash.
Not going to get that one, but they will get Carrier down, so that is a kill going into the hands of the Aphelios already.
Just a big shout out to the LCK who cleaned up my coffee spill that I had, which is why the early game...
It was a big spill.
It was a big spill. Like, it was my April Fool's joke, but it wasn't a joke. I actually spilled coffee all over the table.
Chovy, he goes back in when Owner is here. He's going to block with the clone, and now Peanut following up as the chains will connect, trying to go back in onto Owner. Flashes away. Delight coming back over. Second Cyclone, and it should be enough as Peanut will pick up the kill onto Owner. Very nice counter gank timing from him.
Yeah, Peanut has to, or rather Chovy has to flash, but they're able to get this kill here. And this is pretty huge. They're going to actually push this further into the bottom side as well. Guma low on mana. As this is Chovy's first-person view on this, running into the Lissandra.
He sees him. He's calling for it.
Clone blocks the ultimate, which is massive.
Baker has no mana. He says, we're getting a fight here on the Drake as Peanut tries to start this one. He is caught inside the pit as he does have flash, tries to get away. But now the claw comes in, catches both of them, and Pace has to cleanse as they're caught way out of position. And T1 are looking to punish. There's the concussive blows, and Pace is a couple of autos away, and down he goes. Baker picks up the kill.
And if Chovy can't get that turret down, his playmaking potential is so much lower because his access points to the top lane, to the rest of the map, to picking in the jungle are so much lower. He's going to try to make something happen.
Trying to get in onto Zeus. They have so much CC, and Zeus does not have flash. He should be going down. He's trying to trade it, though. As where's the damage? They can't kill him.
There's no damage. And like I said, Chovy can't get over here. He's not here. And he can't make the difference. He was the damage that they didn't have.
Oh, no, they're definitely going to dive this. Easy smite to slow him down as, okay, he will get away. Finally gets the flag and direct back, but close call on an extra kill as they're trying to get in onto Faker, but he's just, oh, the timing of the chains, he's not able to claw out, has to ult himself, and he's not in a great spot himself now, because he does not have a flash. Might get his claw up here in a little bit, but one last auto. And Chovy will take him down.
All right, Chovy gets the kill here. His first of the game. And Jace is going to do a ton of damage, too. You just don't have an angle except hard engage.
Chovy, not sure about that, TP. My good sir, he's going to have to flash away. Still gets caught by the Sedge ult as Paze is also getting caught on the backside. Has to double Summoner here as he will get to safety. Delight very below. As Doran is trying to frontline for him here, but he's just getting pulled to shreds too. Guma just standing up to him, takes down the Jarvan. Doesn't care about his little tanky build as they're just scattering to the wind like leaves. Genji just going down one by one. It's okay, looking for the angle here, onto the back line as Guma just flashes the wall, and the damage is there as Peanut will be the first one to go down, I believe. As no, he will get away to the top side. It will actually be Doran on the left side of your screen, who does get taken out first. Keria gets pretty low, but he does his job on the Braum.
Yeah, the damage is so quick here for T1 on the turn. And even though the engage was good, there's no follow-up. As Jovi's trying to fish.
Yeah, and Peanut's still here. He's actually full health. It was his clone who was getting hit there on the backside of this as... yeah, T1 taking a bit of damage here. Looks like they might want to go for a turn as there is the claw. They get in onto the Leona. Not the best target as the light will flash away. And T1 will have to give this one another try later on in the game.
Yeah, Chovy just wants to continue to do some poke damage here with Ludens and make sure they can't go back to the Baron.
As Doran is looking for the angle here, Genji on top of the Drake. As Owner is looking for the potential steal, and it will go over to the side of Owner as there is the engage, but Delight is the one taking the majority of the damage, as now the Wombo combo does come in, but the damage is not quite there as Chovy desperate to put in the damage. They do not take out Zeus. He lives as Pace and Chovy, the two that are left alone, as everybody on the side of T1 is still alive. As look at that damage. Pace barely going to survive here potentially as Keria not able to hit his Q, but another big team fight win here to the side of T1.
They're going to pick up some mana here, but he's fairly vulnerable.
He doesn't have claw. He doesn't have, oh, he's got it back up just now as okay, he is going to get back to safety, maybe baiting him into Keria. As now looking for the engage, they know Delight does not have flash, as they just turn onto the Leona and blow him up. Down he goes, as so much for the tank of the Leona in this fight as the TP is behind them. As Paige trying to do damage on the front line, Guma in a very wonky spot, flashes forward into Inferno, and it doesn't matter, as that should be the end of this one. Very low health bars on the side of T1 as Chovy is desperate. He does pick up the kill onto Guma.
Doran.
Maybe he's got some kind of chance. That's a double kill for Chovy. Is the clone going to tank that one up?
The base, though, is in tatters here. The Nexus turret's under fire. He's going to have to TP to the Nexus.
He should have enough time, and he will get there on time, but it is a LeBlanc. It's really up to Chovy. Chovy has to get there on time, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to. Delight with Solar Flare. One time? One time trying to get lucky here as Smite is perfect. 1196 as Faker goes in for the engage. They have Elder Drake as the rest of the team's trying to get out here. As a split call comes in, they're just going to give up Faker as he is all alone. He does have the stopwatch, and Zeus still here. Okay, the re-engage, but the shock blast misses as not the cleanest engage. Pace is getting the damage on Zeus as he is ticking down, but he is still alive.
Oh my god, he's still alive.
The Aphelios is shooting from over the wall, but he's just trying to get away. They don't want to fight against the Elder Drake, and Guma just a little bit too scary, even without his summoners.
Incredible moment for Pace regardless, but it's not going to be enough. One hit will take him out.
One smite. Oh, he's trying to chase him down and smite him, but not quite going to happen as even the piercing arrow misses.
The two carries don't really get caught by that combo. You should be able to end here. You got 20 seconds on Elder. Chovy is doing blue buff.
Well, the team doesn't want to fight while they have Elder, but they might be forced to. Like, you got to get back here. He is backing now. As 9 seconds on Elder buff, we got 7, 6, 5. Peanut is in the front line with his clone, trying to stop this one as Doran goes in. Trying to clear out the wave here as Elder buff is gone, but Doran is as well. As the ult here from Pace is not massive, but he does have a massive shield, and they are clearing this wave, and the AoE damage is coming in for both Chovy and Pace, and it will push T1 back for now.
Yeah, with Chovy and Pace alive here, T1 just cannot end.
And you see Pace, most damage in the game, not surprising, as the majority of the damage done in that last fight was him. As, let's see, I mean, T1, they're desperate to try to end this game before things get any more hairy in this one.
Just use these Baron minions. You got 45 seconds here. You get this inhibitor. You've got a clear path to victory. You just got to play it slow.
Yeah.
Don't get engaged on.
That's exactly what they're doing as, okay, that's Pace's shield gone. One shot class. As 3 inhibitors are gone. T1 slowly but surely with 30 seconds of Baron buff are trying to take down the game.
Just let the minions do the work here. Genji have to come to you.
Hold up the door, but they go for the wombo combo. They get the Cataclysm, but it is not in the backline. Guma is just autoing everybody as Pace. Tons of AoE, but he can't do it alone, as now he's going to get burst to smithereens as he is in the base, and T1, they have done it. Guma takes him down, looking for the Penta, but the Nexus goes down first. 37 minutes, and T1 take game 1, as Zeus ends up doing the most damage in the game.
Yeah, playing very aggressively on the bottom side, and that first exchange was really cool, and you could tell Gen.G really had a plan here. It could happen. Like it's not out of the.
We didn't see that in Challengers.
But I think this is going to be something a little bit more standard. I say that. Looks like it's going to be AP Maokai, and they are just going to play the Malphite here.
There it is, locked in.
And it's on the side of Gen.G into the Aphelios. Gnar much safer, and it's going to suit the composition in terms of all the setup they have. They have Thresh, Lissandra. It sets up an easy game for Gumayusi to carry on this Aphelios with the front line they've been given.
Absolutely. Here we go again. Game number 2, Gen.G versus T1.
And I mean, I look at this draft here for Gen.G and I think, oh, it certainly could work. You know, it absolutely could. We felt the same way about the last draft. And it was the early game where things got out of control. This time it's going to have to be a lot better here for Paze and Delight. And see the cut down coming through here on this Xayah. Which you'd love to see.
Aphelios.
Yeah, true. Very important.
Yeah.
And it's just basically unplayable. As Chovy going to show a lot of respect here.
Oh, flash on in there, going for this one as Chovy responds flash. He gets out. They didn't have a lot of vision on the other side of the mid lane, so I was kind of thinking they weren't going to go for the play just in case Peanut was there, but...
They could have maybe tried to land some. Peanut could flash in, but the response flash would pull him into turret, so very difficult. Here he goes.
There it is, flash on in, carrying a lot of trouble here, gets the hook down, flashes away himself, dodges the knock-up, and now Owner is here as Delight is in a rough spot himself. Gravitum comes in onto Paze as the follow-up is here from T1. They're not fully committing to it just yet as Owner trying to get the angle onto Delight as the flash away comes in from him, but there it is with the follow-up hook as Keria is back into the play and gives first blood to Gumayusi.
This is disastrous. I mean, yeah, no doubt. Chovy just trying to get any damage done he can.
Okay, that's a flash out of Zeus. That's going to be very nice. Doran just picks that one up essentially for free.
Yeah, just doesn't want to deal with that extra damage from the bombies when he gets on top of him like that, and that's huge. I think if he is able to avoid that, maybe he actually can feel great. He's still pushing it back on the top side, by the way, of any of those additional minions. But the vision control here is insane for T1 on the bottom side of the map. Yeah. Chovy has no idea.
So they're just going to give away Infernal Dream. Not sure about that. Chovy might just be dead, too. He has flash, but there's 4 people here, as he had no idea this was coming. And you never know when Lissandra's just going to claw forward and set up a kill. It's what she does best.
Thorn also with flash and ultimate available here.
Yeah. As Faker looking to force him into that one, but Ignite comes in and he actually just elects to flash. He wants to hold his ult for the fight.
I actually think it's the right choice here, but you better make a high impact with your ult in this fight or you're going to feel really bad about this one.
Guma just going to lantern away.
Chovy is in such a safe spot with his poke.
Okay, in they go. Faker looking for the engage. See, Moonlight Vigil comes in. Tons of damage on the Peanut, but they can't take anyone out. Owner trades for the junglers, but that's 2 kills now into the hands of Gumayusi. As everybody on the side of Gen.G is looking to get away, the stopwatch value is massive for Faker here. As flash forward, and he's actually going to miss the hook, but he does force the Feather Storm. As objective picked up for Gen.G, Zeus looking to make it interesting in the mid lane, wants to force a flash. Not even going to be able to do that.
Yeah, that if we, because Doran is trying to stay up top side there and come in, if we can actually push him out and force him to ult, we win this.
Okay, well, Doran's going to get the turret. He has a teleport coming in for some help. Zeus in a little bit of trouble here, does have flash, as will he elect to use it? The answer is no. Just going to give the kill over to Chovy, as his team is down here on the bottom side taking the Dragon.
Yeah, so you get a teleport, but that's turret and a kill going over. They have a 2-item Aphelios.
Keria doesn't have flash. Speaking of which, there's the engage. The Malphite and the recombinant cannot kill Guma. Where is the follow-up? There is nothing onto him. He is quite low as here comes the Maokai ultimate as
very late.
Base is on. Should be able to get Owner. Everybody else just in the choke as in goes Faker. He's got an ult in that backside, or looking for it at least, as now the Xayah is popping off. Paze is able to frontline, picks up the kill. 2 kills for him. As a very messy engage, and Gen.G will take the fight.
Yeah, there's just too many threats.
And Zeus now not in any luck either. He does have Mega Gnar, but he is just flashing away as the zoom in will not do him any favors, and now Gen.G.
And there are just so many threats for this Aphelios. The positioning for Guma.
Zeus, what is going on here? He's so far down the lane, and it's a Malphite holding ultimate in his face. As he does have Mega Gnar, and in fact, the rest of the team is getting over here. He will push them away. And a Lantern should get him to safety, but certainly not a very comfortable situation.
Certainly a lot riskier.
In the past, like, players would actually prioritize being on the map instead. So we're gonna have to stop that. We do have a fight here. Faker in a really rough spot, looking to get 100-0. Down he goes as the damage is coming in, but they're just looking for Guma on the backside as he nearly takes out Doran, though. Peanut getting torn to shreds, but there it is. They get into the backline with the Zaya, who's incredibly low. And it might just be enough as Pays with his incredibly low health bar is just gonna run away and let Chovy do the cleanup here as Zeus on the run. He's just gonna hop over the wall here, doesn't want anything to do with it as Gen G considering their options.
Oh man, yeah, it looks like it is gonna be a flip. Zeus over the wall here. Here's the Peanut ult.
Maokai ultimate a little bit early. They're trying to get position now onto this. As Faker gets in the back line and ults onto 5 people. As Meganar is in and Guma gets knocked off. He's not doing the damage, but it does not matter. And stopwatch should be enough, and the rest of the team just peels away the onion. As Doran is so low and he can't take out Guma. And T1 just barely should be able to take this down. Oh, they don't have Smite, jeez! As they will take it at the end of the day. That will be the shutdown for Guma.
And a stopwatch is all it takes for Guma to survive the counter engage. Faker makes it happen one more time here. Super clutch, very clean flash. And now Gen G just desperate to defend.
1 second on Peanut. I think they're gonna try to kite this one out. No, we have TP coming in. As the hook is there, down goes Delight. The desperation out of the side of Gen G to try to stop this from going down. But there's the ult down to Chovy, and that should be the end of him. As Doran does get in, takes out Guma. And you know what? I mean, it's only Faker and Owner here. They're gonna back away from the Nexus.
FaZe is coming back.
And they, oh man, they overstayed their welcome. They did not hit the Nexus, and we are still in the game as Faker and Zeus are looking to get into the backline. Now Peanut looks like he's got a decent idea that this is going on as the rest of the team trying to TP back in, trying to stop the backs here, but the autos will come through. And can they take down Faker? He's not able to claw over as Zeus. He does have some nice attack speed. Can he get those last autos in? And no, he can't. The Nexus will survive.
Oh man, he's just trying to do it. It's so low.
Wave clear here.
Zeus also has TP and could just TP to try to kill the Nexus, but there's no ward actually.
That was a lot of damage. The AoE coming in. Peace nearly dies, and Gen G are like, okay, never mind. Yeah, we were just trolling.
There's no ward for Zeus to TP to. But he is going to spawn now.
It's crazy that T1 3v5 are able to push them out of here with just a couple of Aphelios autos.
Yeah.
So, as I mentioned before in game 1, you know, Gen G can just push up mid and say, okay. Well,
Zeus to this Narbar though, you got to respect it.
Okay, a little engage coming in as they get onto the backline, but that's Faker, that's not Guma. Zeus with the Meganar available, and Doran is just getting peeled apart. Faker gets in the backline and Pays. He's trying to get the damage in. The feathers are on the ground, but he is too low. As can they even get onto the side? There are the feathers, and Zeus on the hook out of midair! As Chovy goes down, and the damage is not there. The GA for Pays will not keep him alive, and Guma will pick up the kill at the end of the day. T1 will take game number 2.
What an incredible game here from T1 though, in so many respects, and Gen G kept it interesting, man. They really did, but it was clutch plays from T1 back and forth here on these major objectives that end up taking it for them. I think we're going to see a split boat on POG, but T1, they are taking match point here.
Zeus' perfect engage on that one. You know, the follow-up after Faker's perfect engage. I think there, but Gen G, man, they got so close as well.
Yeah, for me, like, I thought the early game was so beautifully played from Gen G. The lane swap. LeBlanc here going to be a skill-based matchup for Chovy to try to get ahead there. As ornaments to make this comp amplified in the late game and to just weather the storm against this Jace feels very strong here too for T1. And for Gen G now, you really have to kind of out-skirmish this team and outplay them at every turn.
Absolutely. It all comes down to this. Let's see if they can start the return, come back, or will T1 just take it all away? Let's hop onto the rip for game 3.
Chovy here, obviously on LeBlanc, isn't going to be under as much threat as a lot of our mids have been, right? Because LeBlanc is super mobile, and you could use Distortion to get out of a lot of hairy situations against almost any jungler. But, you know, picks like Talia, which we've seen in the past be super important, really struggle in these types of scenarios. So They can know where he is at any moment.
Uh-oh.
Okay?
There's the hook onto Delight as he does have flash, as he hops over to Pays, and he's ticking down first blood. Keria picks it up in the bottom lane.
The Ignite ticks through, and it's enough damage. Well, they didn't expect him to be there.
Look at this.
The hook. Okay.
They fake a back, as Summoners are here for the side of them as they dodge the knockup once again, and they get on in there. Owner picks up the kill.
T1.
And a Lantern comes in again. This is pristine play on the bottom side of the map.
It's the biggest lead they've had this series. It's just straight up the biggest lead they've had this early this series, and now you have a very huge gold gap here on the side of Gen G. Both of these Drakes, lead to a better soul, like we've talked about. Peanut's going to try to get something back. No flash on Owner.
Okay, he's getting on in there. Owner, I think he's just dead. He's going to dash away, but Peanut, nice look to come on in and at least pull together some scraps.
Can they bait Faker in here? Chovy's in the vicinity. This would be huge.
It's a bit of damage on a Peanut. He's going to smite and get out of there. Elects not to get too crazy with it. And we got a fight on live, though, as Zeus is going to be the first one to go down. And you see the Ornhorn just flies by.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of details and pieces missing for this one, but Ornhorn missing, as you say, and now Gen G completely in control. And Guma, he has no ultimate here. Owner doesn't have Heartbreaker, so the steal angle's not there. This is very greedy from T1 to stick around regardless.
Don't really have to fight this one, but they say they still have an angle. They have Zeus with TP coming on in.
Doran very happy with his exchange here. Zeus has no teleport. Doran does, and can of course join this Drake fight too. So pushing Zeus out like this is massive for him.
There you go, Zeus just stays under turret, decides, well, I'll just give my life. I mean, that seemed pretty straightforward. He had flash, maybe thought he could avoid some damage, but did not execute it correctly.
And Peanut was there.
Faker a little bit zoned away from this one at the moment. He's in mid. Spino is able to zone him. They don't have full vision there. It's actually very nice vision control for Gen G on the left side, so Faker's got to choose his angles wisely. Is trying to get in there as he does an insane amount of damage to Guma, and T1 say, well, we can't fight that now. Gen G gonna pick up the first Mountain Drake.
There's a control ward here, and there's TP for Doran. He can actually TP safely to top.
Okay, they're gonna start it. As you see that Doran is still doing this Drake. He's got the TP as you mentioned.
Yes.
But is the damage enough? I mean, I don't think they're gonna get here on time. Peanut trying to get into the pit. As Zeus gonna blow the Ornhorn, but he gets knocked up, and it doesn't matter. Faker with a double snipe. It was not a flip at the end of the day. T1 double smite down the Baron, and they get out.
They double smite it, they get away. They have so much mobility here. Yeah, but I think they've really dealt with it quite nicely here. Another wave of super minions, or rather Baron minions, coming over.
Gotta be careful. They're getting caught over here. Zeus, nice buffer. As meanwhile, there is a sneaky Jason the Bush who has no mana.
Yeah, he has no mana here. He has flash.
He's gonna get some mana as we, okay. We got fighting all over the Rift.
Looks like this is going to be the end of Doran's attempt to kill Faker. As the ult.
Did they go too far is the question. Chovy has to flash away. Cyclone defensively. And T1 say, okay, we still have Baron for 45 seconds. Let's just take the turret and not force the fight. We got enough.
And this is an angle, once again, where Doran needs to be doing damage here, but he can't see. He can't hit what he cannot see. Chovy's going over the wall to clear vision here and basically be a living ward for those shock blasts.
Yeah, he is on in there, but he gets the hook on a Peanut. So Keria is able to spare his own blushes. As Chovy now in the pit, there's no smite, and it goes the way of Owner as Zeus is going to bang his head against the wall in celebration, and T1 get their first Mountain Drake.
I mean, Doran's actually going to push this top wave, and T1 see that as the angle to pull the trigger here on this Baron Peanut.
Chovy's behind them. I don't know if they know about this, but Keria's going to get the news as this is about to get really interesting. Peanut trying to get in. The damage is there as they get the hook on the Delight, but they don't go in on this one. A little bit broken up as the fight as Owner's out of the pit, and massive ult value comes out from Guma as he just blows up the back line of Gen G. Lots of low health bars on both sides, but Guma is the final boss at this point in time. He's looking to try to get on in there, but not quite able to follow up on that. Well, Owner might get there on time. He's got a Lantern too. Doesn't, I guess, okay, trying to get in there, and no, it's going to be Zaya who picks it up and 2 kills!
Chovy going to take this turret out, so they're getting so much deep vision removed, so much map control into these turrets.
Stay over the wall goes Faker, he's trying to set up the play, and they burst out Doran! As Faker now, can he get out is the question. He goes into his stopwatch as he is not in a great spot, and the damage comes in, paces over the wall, immediately goes into the Featherstorm, and will survive as Delight is there for the follow-up.
That follow-up
is so tanky as Guma now trying to go 1v5, flashes in and nearly. As we got another fight, we just keep doing this as they're looking for Delight mid lane. Horn comes in, catches Doran as they did not expect that, and down goes the Jace. As the follow-up in here, the Sparrow rushes onto Pace. He doesn't have Thunderstorm. It's 1 second away. He's not able to use it here in this fight. His owner is going to die as Xayah, funnily enough.
And they're going to try to get an inhibitor out of this, and I think they should be able to.
Or how about this? Over the wall. There you go. This guy is just no chill.
Ahri Thresh, man, it's a force of nature. It's a threat you have to respect.
Yeah,
don't know where it's coming from.
Look at Faker's items now. He's got upgraded Everfrost and Death Cap. Like, he is bursting people down.
They want to try to end here. I think this might be a bridge too far. Doran's up in 15.
Okay, this is kind of insane. They're looking for Guma. The Lantern take is perfectly timed as they take down one Nexus turret. Lots of damage on Chovy. Okay, they're going to back off after this, but man, they are playing with fire. But they have been doing that all series long.
Teleport from Doran.
Yeah, he's looking to come in. As they do ping this, they do know this is coming in. Faker looking to maybe just zone him away. Takes the Lantern. And we will get a big shot blast here, as it will hit Faker. But is there any follow-up after that is the real question.
I don't think so. I think they're going to get out of here just fine.
And the potential Mountain Soul.
Yeah.
In a minute and a half.
T1, lot of Baron control right now. GA for Owner is so huge because he could really force things like these flanks he's setting up right now. Chovy sees him. He wants to pop that Banshee's Veil. He's unsuccessful.
Okay, over the wall they go. The charm is insane! Unbelievable! As down goes Doran again! This guy just cannot survive against them.
Yeah, just like the ult from Zeus, it's turned. It looks like he's charming somebody else, but he just turns the charm onto Doran. Doran's killed here once again before these critical objectives.
Yeah, and the turn is still here. No Ornhorn this time around from T1 as Chains landing on in. The box is down in the opening as they get the hook on a Peanut. He does have a stopwatch here as the Moonlight Vigil goes wide, and the damage here on Owner. He goes into the GA as Delight, and Chovy and Pace in the backline will stay alive as Carry is back there. He gets the hook on a Pace, and that provides the front line for T1. Guma is able to take down his opposing AD Carry, and T1 will take the Baron.
It looks like this is probably just going to be the win here for T1 3-0 because now you have this Baron. Chovy's looking for a steal.
Chovy, can he do it? He doesn't have any vision. Nope, not going to happen. Just getting on in there.
I mean, Chovy is so difficult to kill. He's level 18. He has 4 Mountain Drakes and a Banshee's Veil on top of him, so he could kind of continue to harass and look for backline access, but this Baron buff is the problem.
Really just push in. The Cyclone is good on the aggression this time around, but no follow-up comes in as underneath the turret, Faker goes down as massive damage comes in from the Aphelios, and Pace has to get in and out at the same time as down will go this inhibitor.
Still have to somehow kill this Aphelios.
Let's see it happen then. See the execution happen this time around. We saw it happen when Doran hits an accelerated shock blast on Nagumi. He just immediately gets his shield back. It's like it's barely even happened. As meanwhile, here we go. Engage, they get Guma! They get him down! As he is into his GA in the follow-up here. He's gonna have to try to get out, but no! He goes down! Peanut makes the pick happen! As Faker tries to get in and stop the push of the minions, but I don't think he was successful. They've got a cannon.
Yeah, Carry is going to go down here, and they're going to try to push to end this one, and a clutch play from Peanut in an important series. A very incredible engage. We talked about his flash was coming up. He has Flash Cyclone, and that's what closes the gap on Naguma. Finally, he's popped into his GA, and the follow-up is real, and Gen.G steal the win away. And we've got a series on our hands, Valdez.
A little bit late, but we in fact do. It's 2-1 as Gen.G.
Man, for once, it's Peanut making a aggressive decision that everyone can celebrate on the Gen.G side of things, of course.
Yeah, the goal difference graph just highlighting LeBlanc.
We'll see if Faker wants to just try to play Gragas here, but you're not going to have Prio. Talia has been very weak at the end of the season. Over Tom Kenshin in the bot lane. Very different look here for some additional safety for this Varus. Will help out against the dive quite significantly, but you only get one Devour, and there are just too many different ways to get on top of this Varus.
Should have played Kalista. Silas going to be the pick here for Faker.
I mean, it could be a Jarvan angle.
He's laughing. It's Olaf.
Oh my god.
He's laughing his way to an Olaf pick here.
Well, I mean, it's a great tanky frontline here. we add the Olaf and the Malphite together, there is a ton of power in the front of your composition that can run at T1, get through the CC. You have really good hard engage on this Varus.
In front of it here for game number 4. Let's hop onto the Rifts. Kobe's in the top lane for now. Now, he could just be standing there at the level 1, but could have a little lane swap here, as of course the Malphite wants to play into Jace.
Yeah.
That's not a secret, right? T1 are the ones that are trying to mix this one up as they spot him early. Could potentially swap now, but nope. And Doran's playing mid lane as Malphite.
Okay, so it's happening.
He has really fallen off. We haven't seen him for 400 days. The last player was Guangdong Freak's Ellen against Canyon.
That game wasn't very fun either.
No.
I remember that game, actually.
Yeah.
His owner's going to come here top and actually look for a gank onto Chovy. Try to force out his summoner, but he does have distortion.
Yep. Should have it, but see the amount of speed on the stacks as down he will go. Owner just picks it up. Level 3 quick to the top side.
So this is going to hurt his ability to be a strong carry in the mid game.
Yeah, I'm sure he's not too happy about that either, as Peanut here is spotted on this one, as that will go the way of Peanut, who does smite it down, but already in a lot of trouble as he does not have Ghost, he does not have Flash, he does not have a health bar, as over the wall goes Faker. Didn't have to do that, as Guma will pick up the kill.
You know, the Rift Herald is about to spawn, and that was the reason I mentioned this. It's set to Baron right now at the top right.
Yeah, okay. Just going to force out a flash here as the engage on the bottom side is decent, but now Pace has to flash away himself. His owner comes in with an ultimate, forces out the cleanse.
It almost looked like he wanted to give some of that local gold as Zeus is going to get slowed.
Okay. Now he has to kind of go in. He has stolen Doran's ultimate, just goes back in once again as now he's in a lot of trouble. Down he goes, but was he baited into a rough position as down will go Peanut as well. Doran just has to flash to get out of this one, as they will drop this Rift Herald up in the top side. But Faker just stepping up to it. Yeah. He's got owner here. This is not what you want to see on the side of Gen G. This is going to go down. They can't do anything about it. Could have even smited it if necessary. Not even necessary, as meanwhile, underneath here we got Featherstorm forced out. A treat of ultimates as T1 are pushing the bottom lane.
Trying to bait him.
Is just... Okay, Ignite comes down. It was all a bait. Down Ignite to the end of it as he will tick out of this one, and Cario will take the kill. Faker does not have Flash, and he is avoiding these axes very nicely. Does hop away, but eventually he is going to go down as Peanut will pick up the kill. 2v1. Yeah, another Drake going to the hands of T1.
The Sejuani. Speaking of,
Peanut is in the enemy jungle. Remember, he does not have Flash, so he might just go down, but he is standing his ground, actually. Is not scared of anything, as Faker's got a massive shield, probably the Hex Drinker in there as well, as does take a bunch of damage, but you see that Gen G are just being routed here. Delight as well going to be collateral damage on the backside of this one, as he was just trying to help.
Doran is just... unfortunately, holding this wave on top side can't help out at all. You know, you're just going to be more utility this time around, and that damage is massive against even the tanky supporters. They're going to look for a wraparound.
Yeah, Carry is in a lot of trouble here as he will flash and gets away. Meanwhile, the entire team is looking to dive him under the turret. They will be successful. This is 5 members of Gen G in the mid lane right now.
Okay, TP flank coming through.
Not sure about that. Chains of Corruption are down, so a lot of damage already into Peanut. They're essentially trying to count him out of the fight here as a lot of poke into Doran as well. Trying to corral them in as it is dodged by Guma. It just flashes away from the Malphite ultimate. Zeus gets in, dodges the engage, but he's alone and exhausted in the back line as Gen G handle the flank perfectly. And they will get everybody out alive, just barely.
Oh man. God. Oh, we all just had to hold our breath and sit on it. Always chug your refillable.
Jace on your team, and even the Silas is going to really benefit from
getting
that scaling
baited.
As Zeus in a lot of trouble here. He does have Olaf ultimate, and he will eventually use it, you'd have to imagine, as there it is. But the damage might just be too much. He tries to go back in, but he just dies. So meanwhile, Guma does not have his flash. As in comes Caria. He's got Devour just in case. Doesn't have to use it.
Guma looks, you know, he didn't look really too frustrated or worried at all on his player cam there. Almost looked like just instantly calming, like Olaf no ult. And I mean, Peanut's over here still going to get the red buff for this. As that was the kind of goal, was who can we catch here in the jungle after this pick.
Turns out. So he's not really doing much in the side lane.
Nope.
Against Doran, so he's kind of just catching waves.
And he's going to be a worse Malphite in these team fights, too, into a comp that has great disengage. Chovy.
Chovy? Gotta be careful about that when everybody on T1 is right there and ready to trade back.
Delights are looking.
This says, okay, he's gonna get the flash out of Keria. So much poke damage comes in, but they don't have Silas. As here they go, Genji are just going super deep. Can they get on the backlines? The question is no. Guma stands his ground, but Keria will be the first person to go down. Doran, the second, though, and a lot of low health bars here. As Zeus steals the Rakan ultimate, he's looking for it out to FaZe, and he will get in that backline. And that is a couple of kills for Zeus. Make it 3, actually, as he picks up the triple, and that will be Mountain Soul for T1. Mountain Soul is going to help so much on this turn. Like, T1 do not have to take this Baron. They do have the smites. They do have the ability to go for it, but stolen Malphite ultimate is now they try to get in onto Chovy. Fantastic stopwatch timing. Will it matter, though, as they're trying to get into there, as Pina will be the last one, and Zeus has his own insane stopwatch timing, as he will survive, and Chovy is on the run.
Oh, Zeus has been making so many huge plays. Chovy is in trouble.
Yeah, Chains of Corruption, that's the end of him, as so many ultimates get thrown straight into his face, as the last auto from Guma will do it, and that should be the Baron, although Genji were sticking around. But the execution wasn't there. Once again, that's kind of been the theme for today. They needed to get the kill right off the bat, and they did, and now T1 are massively in the lead, and the damage is just being thrown out in spades, as even Doran can barely survive. And everybody's health bars are just going by the wayside. Chovy here on the run from a Tom Kench. As with the Baron buff, T1 are looking to push the bottom lane and maybe end this game.
Yeah, I mean, they have so many minions here. It has to be FaZe's defense. And he just doesn't have the items. He's sitting on Kraken Slayer Quick Blades here.
Should know about this. Guma has Flash and Ghost and everything. As now they definitely know. Maybe they didn't actually know. Doran just ulting into the pit, trying to get this one going. And the rest of the team is just trying to get in there. They fight Guma, who is left alone in the pit. But the damage from Faker's too high. The Gordringer, though, on the side here is FaZe desperate to try to live, but he will not. He gets hit by a huge shot blast from Faker. And now Chovy is only damage left here on the side of Genji. They choose the wrong clone, actually. As Chovy's still on the run, and their base is in tatters, and it's being pushed in through the bottom lane.
Yep, they're just pinging it already. TP coming through. What a sad way to lose this series.
Well, it looks like Peanut might be taken out here by his fellow veteran Faker, or perhaps not, as T1 looks like this will be the end of it. As 3-1 will be the score. Very one-sided in the last 9 minutes of this game after one big team fight from the side of T1 as they take down the Nexus and they move on to their 4th LCK final in a row.
The first team in LCK history to go 4 back-to-back finals, and they pull it off here. Faker looks so happy.
And all it took was, you know, avoid the Malphite ultimate, get a great flank from Zeus, just one big team fight, and the game was over. Like, that was all it took.
Thank you very much, guys. This is Jisoo for the post-game interview translation, joined by the entire T1 players and also their head coach Bengi for the interview. Welcome to the stage and congratulations on the win. Thank you very much. Let's start off with Zeus. Congratulations on the win. With this win over Genji, you guys not only advanced to the LCK Grand Finals, but also to the MSI. How do you feel? We haven't won the LCK yet, but we made it to the MSI already, so I'm so excited. I cannot wait. It's gonna be so fun. Let's go back to the first game. Doran played J4, starting with Airy and Doran's ring. What did you feel about that? Last night, before I went to bed, I actually looked up his solo queue records, and he played 2 J4 games, so I was like, maybe they're gonna try this out, or maybe he's just bluffing. But he actually did it today, so I was a little bit flustered. So we had Jace versus J4 matchup, which happened after around 1500 days in the LCK. How was actually playing into that J4? Well, the damage was really, really hurting. I was like, ouch, that hurts. But I went through it.
자, 1세트 우리 제우스 선수가 또 POG를
And
받기도
you
하면서
won
멋진
POG
활약
in that game.
결승전에서
Who do you want to play up against in the grand finals? Which top laner are you looking forward to seeing the most? Keen from KT or Kingen from Hana Life? Or Doran from Gen.G?
이제 대회가 2번 남았는데 결승전까지 그거 보면서 이제
So I think we have 2 more matches left in the playoffs run, the entire LCK. So everything,
제가 잘해야 될 것
I'll
같아서
see what happens there, and also everyone looks really, really talented. So it's all gonna come down to my performance. Doesn't really matter who my opponent will be. Are you feeling confident in whichever matchup though? I don't know. I would just say thank you.
이어서 오너 선수 한번 인터뷰 나눠보겠습니다. 오너 선수
Now let's hear from Owner. T1 got a 3-1 victory over Gen.G. You had about a week to prepare. What kind of adjustments were made? We actually had a longer break than we expected. So we were able to, you know, bring some new picks, do a lot of experiments. So I think we mostly focused on the draft.
4세트 상대가 정글 올라프를 꺼내 들었습니다.
And we had Olaf making its return to the LCK after 400 days. Lee Sin and Viego were both available, but Olaf was Pina's choice. Were you expecting this to happen? Not at all, but I also looked up Pina's solo queue record and he did play Olaf too. So I was like, is it actually gonna happen tomorrow? But so I was a little bit scared to find out. I guess T1 players are actually checking the opponent's solo queue record before the night before the match happens. Now you only have one more match to play, which is the grand finals. Last year you were the spring finals MVP. What is your mindset heading into this finals? Yeah, I mean, winning the finals is good, but winning the FMVP is even better. So I wish I can repeat that this year. And also, I will make sure to bring the best performance possible. Now let's hear from Faker. We had so many things to celebrate today. You are soon having your 10th year debut anniversary, and also you are the first, you know, team and player to make it to the LCK finals 4 times in a row. I am so grateful. You know, my teammates are, you know, super fantastic. You know, we were all working super hard, and this finals is a great chance for me. So I will work hard in order to win another title. Faker, you played with Sandra in both game 1 and 2, and then in game 3, eventually she got removed. What kind of role did Lissandra play in T1's comp in the first 2 games? You know, the weather is getting a little bit hot these days, so we need to cool it down a little bit. So we had this synergy. The Lissandra can cool down the heat, and also she had good synergy with our team's comp as well. And recently, T1 released the new content of player comps in the previous playoffs match. And Faker, you are actually calling your teammates Hyung, which means big brothers and older brothers. Tell us about it. I don't really make jokes a lot, but especially when we are playing the LCK, they're just good, so I just gotta respect them. Then we gotta hear from the youngest player inside of T1. How does it feel when the oldest player actually call you Hyung, older brother? It feels natural. He always does it. So I was like, he's doing it, I guess. I guess Faker is playing the life of the party on the side of T1. And you guys are just one step away from winning the LCK Spring Championship. And the stakes are high. T1's and your 11th LCK title is on the line. We worked so hard for that goal only, so we will make sure to do our best in order to achieve that.
선수 한번 인터뷰 나눠보겠습니다. 구마유시 선수.
Now let's hear from Gumayusi.
결승 직행이
Winner of the series were making it into the grand finals. And recently, Genji's bottom duo, they have been showcasing a great performance. So what was on your mind heading into the series today? Recently, I could kind of feel that my form was wrapping up, so I had no doubt about my performance. I was pretty sure that there's no way we're gonna lose this. Gumayusi, you were styling on your new hairstyle, also you were pulling off some of the Omen ad, the troublemaker version of yours on your way to the stage. So let's take a look at this replay where actually your fan did the same ceremony you did last time in the LCK.
이 선글라스 세레모니를
Pretty
멋지게
cool.
또 재현을 해주셨습니다. 이렇게 정말 정성 가득한 팬분들이 오늘
So many fans are sending you so much love and support for this T1 victory. Let's see if she's still here at Little Park. Right there.
팬분이 지금도 자리에 계신데요. 혹시 이 팬분들을 위해서
Gumayusi,
입장해주셨던 세레모니 한 번 더
would you want to do another the entrance ceremony you did earlier today?
동그라미 한번 부탁드리겠습니다. 세레모니 원하시나요?
She definitely want to see that.
원하신 의견을 구마유시 선수에게 한번 맡기겠다는
Now, Gumayusi,
같은데요. 구마유시 선수
are you gonna do it one more time? The one you did earlier today.
좋습니다.
The troublemaker Omen, Gumayusi.
좋습니다. 역시 팬분들을 위해서라면 뭐든지 다 해주시는 구마유시 선수인데요. 사실 구마유시 선수가
And recently,
라이브 방송에서 이런
Gumayusi,
말씀을 하셨더라고요.
In your stream, you said,
나를 응원하는 사람들이
I should not lose because there are so many people supporting me behind me.
오늘도 뒤에서 열심히
And
응원해
today, we had so many T1 fans out here sending you all the love and support. Any message over to them?
항상 응원해 주셔서 감사하고요. 결승 때
Thank you so much for your support. As always, I will make sure to win the LCK title. And also this year, my goal is winning the Grand Slam. And in order to make it happen, our first achievement should be winning the LCK Spring. We're gonna make it happen.
캐리아 선수 LCK
Now, Keria, this is your 5th LCK finals. How do you feel?
다섯 번째 결승인지 몰랐는데
Oh, I actually didn't know, but it feels amazing.
승률이 많이 안
And also, my win rate at the finals is pretty low, to be honest. So I will make sure to boost that up this time around. Keria, you played Braum, Thresh, Tomcatch today. Some of the classic and OG support picks. And you were the one actually playing a lot of unconventional support during the regular season, but you kind of changed your champion pool for playoffs. What do you prefer the most? I mean, who defines which is conventional and which is unconventional, So I like League of Legends. I love it. That's it.
뭐든 다 자신 있는 캐리아 선수가 아닐까 싶습니다. 오늘 좀 양 팀 모두 슈퍼 플레이를
Keria, I think both T1 and Genji were pulling off great outplay throughout the series, especially in Game 3, but T1 could not get a win in that game. What kind of feedback did you guys have? Our last fight was a little bit messy, and also I think Genji also did some great macro play there.
멋진 조합으로 승리를 이끌어주지 않으셨나 싶습니다. 캐리아 선수께도 한번 여쭤볼게요.
Keria,
결승 상대로 어떤 팀을 만나고
which
싶으신지요?
team
지금
do you want to face at the grand
final?
finals?
뭐 어떤 팀이 올라와도 다
I mean,
잘하는
whoever makes
팀이라고
it,
생각하고
they will be super strong there. So as long as we perform well, it's gonna be okay. Would be a very boring answer. So last time up against KT Roaster, I was not happy with my performance. The next time, if they make it to the finals, I'm gonna get a cleaner win. Possibly, probably, right?
깔끔한 승리해보고 싶다라고 이야기를 해주셨습니다. 자 그렇다면 이렇게 결승 진출에 성공을 하셨는데
Now that you guys made it to the grand finals, how confident are you to get the trophy?
오늘처럼만 하면은 99점.
As long as you play as we did today, 99.978% maybe.
멋지게 보여주시기를 기대하겠습니다. 자 그렇다면 마지막으로 이제
And lastly, let's hear from Bengi, the head coach on the side of T1. Welcome.
네, 감독님과 인터뷰는 처음인데요. 감독님 승리
First time doing a head coach interview live here. Congratulations on the win and also advancing to the finals. This is actually your first ever LCK finals as a head coach. And also, you made it to the MSI. How do you feel? This is gonna be my first LCK finals as a head coach, and I wished today was finals when the match was over. We will keep working hard for the finals and also the MSI. A lot of people were expecting a close series between you and Gen.G, but it was a bit of a clean 2-1 victory. What was the key to this success? I think today the players kept calm even in such an intense moment. So even though the game was super close, we were able to get the win. I think the focus was the key. What do you think was the best play today? Well, like, not the best play, but maybe the moment when Aphelios got ulted by Malphite, but still he survived and won the team fight. I had this feeling they were gonna win today's series anyways.
네, 또 V로 멋지게 반응해 주셨습니다. 뱅기 감독님 그러면 끝으로 T1의
And lastly,
LCK 11번째 우승을 기다리실 팬분들에게
so many fans are hoping for T1's 11th LCK title. Tell us about your determination for the very last best of 5 series. I think all 3 potential finalists are looking super strong, but we will keep our confidence up until the finals. Now this will be the end of the post-game interview with the T1 players and their head coach, and I'm going to pass it back to the space. Thank you.